Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to BASF at K22. Welcome to our plastics journey and to our next and second last creator talk for this K-Fair, where we're going to talk about how Elastollan enables more sustainable solutions. With Wiebke Speckels, but Wiebke, before we start talking about more sustainable solutions, you have to explain to the audience what Elastollan actually stands for, what it is and what's it used for.
We do so. So Elastollan is a brand name for our thermoplastic polyurethane, a material that is used in a broad range of applications. So we have the wheels in the logistics, we have cable in automotive, we have belts that are used, we have a lot of different kind of tubes. So really a broad material with excellent properties.
What's in the conventional form, what are the main advantages of Elastollan?
The main advantages of Elastollan are already the first points why we can call it sustainable. So even if we go not too deep into all the sustainability topics you would normally expect, Elastollan itself is already sustainable because it's so durable. And so, for example, we have really low abrasion values, and this makes it to be used very long if you use it in any kind of applications where you have abrasion. So ski films or wheels, to mention them again, mining screens, these are potential applications. And it's very flexible, even under rough conditions. So also if we change from warm to cold weather, it stays flexible all the time, keeping its properties.
So highly durable, highly flexible, and by that also able to expand the life cycle of products. That's definitely a sustainability aspect, but still you're not satisfied with that sustainability aspect. You want more.
Yes, we want to go one step further, yes? Yeah. So we want to make it even better.
Okay, and a couple of things that come into mind, of course, when we're talking about further sustainability options is recyclability. For example, bio-based feedstock, mass balance, low PCF variants of the product. Let's start with recyclability.
Okay.
Maybe.
Nice that you helped me through all these aspects. So I will start with the one you mentioned. If we discuss mechanical recycling, and that's what we all have in mind if we discuss recyclability, then it's again the excellent properties that we do have, because TPU will keep these properties even if you regrind it. So with this, it's a perfect material to think about these solutions. And there is a second factor why we could think about this, and we heard it already in one of the last creator talks. So for example, when we think back to Lionel Gehringer and Paul Smith from Adidas talking about the one material solutions, the broad range of properties makes it possible to just use TPU as your material of choice, and also the very beginning of your processes when you design your products, you might already set up the right design to make it recyclable.
Yeah, that's also one of the topics that we are pushing forward here at K. It's actually those one material solutions in order to enable faster and easier recyclability of the products. But still, mass balance and bio-based variants also play a major role for Elastollan.
Yes, and I think that's something quite special for the TPU, because we have the choice, at least for part of the portfolio. While we have almost all the BASF plastics available in a biomass balance approach, which is basically feeding in biomethane at the very beginning of the Verbund production, and then attributing this at the end by a certification process to a certain material. For TPU, we can also have dedicated bio-based materials.
Okay.
And shall I?
No, go ahead.
I just thought you would interrupt me. So for the 11 series, for example, which is one of our ESA-based materials, we have really bio-based materials. So you can measure the bio content in there. You will find the C14 atoms that are used, and I have to look this norm up, it's ASTM 6866, what we use to find out if this is bio-based. And this is available. Okay. And the nice thing about both of this is they are comparable with regard to performance.
So that's basically the same product you get out of this process.
Right. So this is really a drop-in. We are always talking about biomass balance being a drop-in, and you do not need any new approval. This might be slightly different if we go for Elastollan N, that's a brand name of bio-based, but it's a drop-in and you will find the same properties, because we were not ready to make any restraints with regard to the performance of this material.
So that makes it process-wise and performance-wise makes it much easier for the customer to jump to one of these alternatives. Actually.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the idea.
And then last but not least, PCF optimized grades. BASF is launching a full portfolio of low PCF products. Is Elastollan part of that portfolio?
Yes, of course. And we have also chosen the 11 series for this, because if we just think back a second, this is hard now to decide, or if Elastollan N with bio-based is the right choice for you, or is it Elastollan BMB? And one of the reasons that you might could consider if you want to make this decision is, for example, this carbon footprint. So there are options from a technical perspective that are the same. The CO2, for example, will be better if you go for the BMB solutions, but nothing we can judge on.
Okay. Wiebke, are there, for those kind of new, more sustainable grades that you mentioned, are there any already existing serious applications? Are they all already being used?
Yes, we do have, and one is already shown here on the booth. So if you go to the make area, you will find this nice orange tube. This is, for example, the first tube that we are producing with Elastollan BMB. And
further applications that you are looking at, or that you customer want more sustainable products for?
So Elastollan N is highly requested, and we are happy to relaunch it today. So we were limited there, so we have not succeeded to roll out this to a broad audience of customers, but this will now happen. And if I look back on the last days and all the discussions that we have had and the TPU team has had with the customers, I believe there will be more solutions in the upcoming future.
That would have been actually my next question already. If we would meet back here 3 years from now, and you told me that you have a lot of discussions and a lot of interesting projects going on, what would you like to talk about in 3 years from now?
I would like to talk about a lot of work that has happened in that time, because we have had great kick-offs during this period. Yeah, there were so many discussions. We have discussed all the different approaches we have discussed the options, and now I would like to go the next step and make it happen. This is really something we should not always wonder so much if we are really doing the 100% solution. My wish would be that we also go out there, try and find out what is the right approach for which industry. I don't believe that there is one fits all, but it's try and error at a certain point also.
That's, I mean, totally the spirit of our plastics journey, actually, to try something new, to try something different, to be open, to invite new partners to this journey. One last question. If we take a look at those 4 new sustainability aspects that we mentioned, recyclability, mass balance, bio-based feedstock, and low PCF, which of those 4 do you think needs most work, or where they are the biggest challenges in the years to come?
It's absolutely recyclability. So we have the solutions in place to manage the carbon footprint. I think BASF does an excellent job over there. We have the solutions for BMB in place. With bio-based, we are a lot of steps further now. But recyclability, that's really our common journey, and that's why I like the slogan so much, because this is the invite that we have to discuss it all together. We will not solve the recycling issue for our customers on our own. There is so much with regard to which performance level do you need, and the most important part, where do we get the waste from? And this is something we can't solve on our own. We need the support of all of you to go this way.
Then let's go this way, all together. We meet back here in 2025 at the next K-Show. We talk about the topics that you just requested. Thanks a lot, Wiebke. Thanks a lot for your attention.
Welcome.
BASF. We create chemistry.